Yes! That's our intro. It works. It's that guy with the mic and the stuff. It's that guy. That didn't work out as well as I thought.
With the actual clean audio.
We got, hopefully, well, now something new. I'm going to find in the editing something new is the problem. But hopefully, the echoey crappiness from the past few videos will be gone because we have actually figured out how to use the nice stuff we have.
That's what I was saying.
We had nice stuff. We just didn't know how to use it.
Wait a minute. The sun is coming up. It's gone.
And hang on. Pay no attention because I didn't get this set up right. But hang on. Let's just, for the sake of effect, you didn't see any of this. Yes, we did already play this game. There's a reason why I'm coming back to it. Mostly because...
It's a good game.
Mostly because, yeah, I've gotten rather engrossed in it, and we'll talk perhaps about why. But then I also think, well, for reasons that will become obvious, this may be the new, like, background game for whenever we have a non-game discussion. I might just put this onto the background. Because it is... It has engrossed me more than I thought that it would. And perhaps, yoo-hoo. So, we talked a little bit in our first recording about, like, because I know a lot about the game despite having only just begun playing it. And so I was talking about, like, well, the Minutemen seem like a sensible faction, and I'm kind of interested in that part of the quest line. I haven't joined the Minutemen yet, but I am probably going to as part of this, my first playthrough. It's like that's going to be the faction I pick. But it occurred to me, because as I was thinking about it, in comparison with something like New Vegas, where one of the options of New Vegas is you could take control of the Strip in place of Dr. House, in place of Mr. House, and basically like, oh, you're now the mayor of New Vegas, effectively. And I did that the first playthrough because I was not fully an NCR supporter on my first playthrough, but I was kind of sympathetic. And so I was like, Mr. House is, he's honest about wanting to be a dictator, so I can at least credit that. But, like, I'm not up for the dictatorness. And the Legion suck. And the NCR probably doesn't... The NCR would not manage a thing like the Strip very well. Because think about it, a government wouldn't manage a casino town very well. Especially not a wasteland government. Like, that's, A, going to be too much stuff for them to handle, and B, too much power for them to suddenly acquire. Too much influence.
Well, maybe, but I think that it would probably just bring out the fact that, in truth, the government's nothing more than a legalized racketeering ring.
Well, I suppose. So I thought, okay, I think New Vegas should stay independent, but I don't want it to be as militaristic as...
Maybe.
I don't want it to be as militaristic as Mr. House. So it's like, okay, it makes sense. I'll take over New Vegas. The thing about that is that you can... The only quote-unquote administrative duties you do once you take over the Strip is basically prepare for the battle at Hoover Dam. So it's like you go to the various factions and either kill them or align them with yourselves. And it's more logistically preparing for the actual battle. Hang on. Hang on.
So it's like...
Did I see I saw V-tearing, I swear. Did I just have a hallucination, or was there V-tearing?
You may have... Okay, I think everyone's sick now. It sounds like...
Maybe that was just me. I thought I saw a glitch.
Well, now everybody else can't tell because they're too dizzy to...
I do have quite a lot of mods installed, so I don't know how they'll record well. It does seem to be working. Maybe that was just me having a glitchery. If I find that it's glitched in the recording again, I'm going to scream. Anyways, so... basically, the whole point...
Out loud, just inside.
I'm getting to my point. That wasn't as much of an administrative role as it would ostensibly require, because it's like, okay, New Vegas was already set up. You just bumped off the previous guy, and now you're in charge. You don't actually have to do much to maintain New Vegas. And that occurred to me, like, well, the settlement system in this, which was a controversial feature, because some people thought, well, is it in the spirit of Fallout to not explore and instead build little communities? Because that's like, there's games for that. There's city building games. So,
yeah, but not in the same manner. Right?
No, but some people will be like, well, if we wanted those, we'd play a city building game. We wouldn't play this. And
yeah, like Civilization.
Well, yeah, and that's not a city building game. That's a strategy game.
It was...
What?
It was It was more a... I'm ragging on that game again. For those of you that don't know,
that was
Europa.
No, that was Europa Universalis. Oh, you're talking about the one that was glitched.
Yeah, the one that was terrible.
But anyways, I deliberately was like, I'm going to engage with the settlement system, if only because it's the one thing that separates this.
I like the bolt-action rifle approach, but I feel like if you
what-
were John, it would be better.
Yeah, I admit I've lost the plot with the Arthurness, but I do kind of like that this is a sawed-off.
Is it now?
Yes, which I thought, in an apocalypse, like, you're not going to be doing much long.
Especially not if people's walking right in front of you.
I've never encountered that glitch before. You're not going to be doing much.
Just end my life.
You're not going to be doing much long-range sniping, so okay.
Can you just end my life?
The problem now is it's not going to let me show off my third-person camera because that also is a control for... All right, it's not going to work because I'm in this settlement area. I don't know why that's that way.
That's a dumb rule.
Yeah. So it's like, this kind of makes sense. It's essentially a shot-off shotgun, but it's a hunting rifle. I'm like, that kind of makes some sense. I kind of like that as an idea. It makes sense as a traveling...
Back would be absurd as far as...
No, because the muzzle length doesn't...
None of the rifling would even be useful.
Well, some of it would be. I mean, it's not that short.
Well, I don't know.
I mean, that would... I mean, it would obviously diminish your range, but you'd still have a certain amount of
It would
rifling.
essentially become nothing more than like a
It would be a
low-powered blunderbuss.
No, because it's not a shotgun. It's still firing a single shell. It would essentially be...
Sure.
This would probably be the equivalent of like a super long barrel on a pistol. So this would be like essentially a shoulder stock shooting pistol at this point.
But see, I have a big... Carbines have never been my favorite.
Well, they make perfect sense, especially in
though.
yes, in this kind of
You think
context.
carbines make sense.
Well, because they're meant for mobility. Like this,
But that's a dumb... I don't know.
Well, they don't make. You can maybe make the argument that they don't make much sense in like a full scale warfare because. But I'm talking like room clearing. If this was, especially because it's like I'm just a scavenger. This this gets slung over my shoulder. I do also have my trusty revolver. I did find a good one. But I think you'll appreciate... I gotta go outside the range again. I quite like my choice of outfit.
You finally have the peaky cap.
Yes, and I'm digging the suit with combat armor combo. Like, that just screams Fallout to me. This is like the ultimate... I like it especially because like the story is I'm a pre-war survivor. So it's like... You know, I was a guy raised in the 50s. I'd be like, of course I'm going to wear a suit. I don't care if it's the apocalypse. I've got standards. Yeah, fine. I'll put the combat over the suit, but I'm still wearing the suit. Anyways, I am getting back to the settlement system. I wanted to engage with it because it's the one thing that separates this game from the others, despite perhaps being controversial. I'm like, since it's the unique feature, I'm going to really get into it and see what it's about. And then it occurred to me that if you join the Minutemen... I mean, you can use the settlement system if no matter what faction, but it makes the most sense with the Minutemen because that's their whole thing. And then I thought, if you progress to the end and become like the general of the Minutemen, which is the final arc of that plot, you are effectively the governor of Massachusetts. Think about it. Because, like, in New Vegas, you were just in charge of one city that was already built, that all you had to do was maintain. In this, I'm actually having to build a bunch of these small little communities, and then I'm not in charge of them.
If anybody has anything to say about it, I built your house.
Well, there are mods that are basically, it turns it into a more automated sim-like game where it's like they'll build their own houses, and I'm like, well, no, screw that. I will build your house. I decide where the coffee table goes, ma'am.
Wow.
Because it's like...
By order of the minute freaking men.
I'm just saying, since it's the option, it's like, of course I'm going to micromanage everyone's lives. But
so really, you just want to be a fascist dictator?
No. All I'm saying is...
It's a bit desperate.
When you build towns... It's like I go from town to town is the plot of the thing. It's like I'm not just in charge of this town. I'm in charge of all the towns.
Whenever you
I'm not a mayor.
Falling for some girl, you off right in your car.
Well, this is the game in which that's a song on the radio. So
is it really?
Yes. So I'm basic. It's like what is it if because you're not the mayor of each of these places. Therefore, the only logical step is like you're just the new governor of the Commonwealth.
Well, I mean,
and I'm like, that's an awesome. No one's framed it that way, and I'm like, that's exactly how it should be framed. I mean, I'm not yet, but I will soon be the governor of the Commonwealth.
Which I suppose, again, the thing that I do
specifically speaking, you'd be saying technically I'm like the mayor of Greater Boston because this isn't all of Massachusetts, but it is also more than just Boston. So I'm claiming the whole of the Commonwealth or the whole of Massachusetts.
It bothers me when people act like within the Fallout everyone's going to be completely individualistic and no one's going to. It's like, well, yeah, but
Well, that's a self-report. That's what you'll do.
But here's the thing. I don't agree with that metric.
No,
I think
people
there's
are
always going to be
communal.
leaders and followers.
Well, yeah, yes, on a psychological level, but then that's on a social level. We are a social species.
Well,
We are gonna band together.
I suppose I was going less with like the
You'll get faction-based, small-scale tribalism. Essentially, you'll revert to tribalism.
Yes, that's
But anyways,
exactly what it
the reason I wanted to start in this place is because I haven't done much to this place. These are some random scavenger trader guys.
Is he wearing a suit as well? Look at you're
No.
inspiring a whole.
No, he's wearing his wasteland stuff. Let me get my flashlight out. He ain't got the
Where
drip.
were you on the day of today?
He ain't got the drip.
Nope.
None of them got the drip. I'm the only one with drip around here. That's actually not true. I did install a mod that improves the settler. Most of the mods I've installed are actually for the settlement
It's
system.
clearly not working.
No, it is. No, it improves their variability. Like she's wearing, random waders and suspenders. Like that is not a default game outfit. That was a modded outfit. Because basically someone said they took all of the random, whenever a settler is randomly generated,
You just
they gave them
into a woman with lingerie, didn't you?
No, it doesn't do that.
I'm just.
Well, maybe that was a patch I didn't download. But essentially it takes the random, like whenever a settler is created, it expands the possible stuff that they can be wearing rather than just like, I'm a hobo wearing a coat. It's like, no, I actually had some guy show up. Some random person showed up in like it was some kind of like a Letterman uniform and like a school outfit. I was like, this is unexpected, but okay. But anyways, I'm starting it here because as you'll notice, I haven't done much with this place. There's 3 settlers here.
All right, young.
Everything here was already here. I did reorganize the greenhouse a little bit, mostly because the AI was screwing up. So,
All right, young one. Who are you? I was the captain of the football team.
what? That wouldn't be possible in the Fallout universe. Where's he going to school?
I don't know.
But anyways, so like all of the rundownness, the only thing I did do is I went through and cleaned up all the garbage, which is a mod I installed. Because
The garbage was a mod you installed?
no, the garbage was here, but scrapping it, because essentially, I'll get into it. This is what kept happening every time I tried to fix something. Oh, now it's not doing. Okay, here you go. So now I am officially in like building mode, so I can see the stats of this settlement. So we're producing a lot of food because we have the greenhouse. We're no defense because there's like no one here to defend us. But you can scrap, because originally in the game, like stuff like, metal bucket, I can turn this into just raw metal to use for crafting. But in this, the mod I installed means like I could scrap this entire house. I could, like, there's random bits of just like collapsed walls that are normally part of the pre-baked game. But with this mod, I can basically scrap anything I can see. Which makes A, more sense, and B, means that I can make settlements look nicer. So like this whole floor was covered in garbage before. Oh, I missed one. But I basically cleaned all of it up. But everything other than that, like this place is untouched by me. But the reason why I wanted to start here...
You already sound very mayoral.
Well, sure.
If we're going to live here, people, we don't need to live in squalor.
I
know it's the Fallout, but
I mean, hang on. It does... You
put a freaking button up on, for goodness
It does
sakes.
make a certain amount of sense if I am the only pre-war survivor. I'd be like, come on, people. Massachusetts used to be a better place than this. But anyways, I wanted to show that off because that is what settlements look like when you first find them. And if you don't have lots of mods, that's probably what they will stay looking like. Like you can build a few, nicer things. You can customize them a little bit. But that was not the settlement at which I have spent most time. That's my most recent settlement. Here's one of me folks! I believe her name is still being glitched. One of the mods isn't working the way it should. Yeah, her name is just Provisioner. That's her task. That's not her name. Because the mod I got not only makes them look more like different, they have different outfits and different faces, it actually assigns each random person a name, because otherwise they're just called the job they do. It'll be like worker, settler, and I'm like, that's not interesting. It doesn't appear it doesn't appear to be working for her. I think it might be because she travels between settlements, so every time like the cell unloads, it forgets her name. But anyways.
We threw out her name!
Now here we go. This is what happens when you spend 80 hours working the settlement system. It's very dark, I know, because it's...
you become a very dark individual.
It's not daylight, but I mean, this is what it looks like when you spend a bunch of time on it. So, This is one of the guard towers.
So
There's
you've
several.
essentially turned it into Minecraft. In
Basically, it's not.
rejection of Minecraft's
Well, no, it's
giving you the finger about
actually-
downloading.
Oh, well, no, that was a different. No, the thing I like about this actually, as I was thinking about it, is that it's essentially you don't obviously have the nearly the same amount of freedom that Minecraft has because, of course, the thing with Minecraft is that its simplicity is what allows it so much freedom. Like
Right.
every block is the same size, you can put them all anywhere.
Right.
So go nuts. This has much more restrictions, but I mean, just you end up with stuff that looks like this.
Things were starting just
It's-
about to get crazy.
It's not
but
just
no.
like, oh, it's just a bunch of blocks. It's like this is actually a really, this building didn't exist before I came here. All that was here before I started was this pool where they're growing berries, the farm, and then the building. Not even the second story. I added that. And look at this. This looks cozy, doesn't it? I built a cafe, and I gave her a pre-war outfit because, of course. in a chef's hat. I mean, come on. And she's got a dog on her shirt. I don't think I did that. And look, the bell works.
Wow.
And I put up some pre-war posters. I'm like, this is what you do. I'm not just going to go living in squalor. The bathrooms were originally unisex, and I said no to that.
I said no to
I was
that.
scandalized. My
You're gonna just leave.
my 1950s brain was like, no way. So I actually segregated them. And then I was like, hey.
Wow.
And then I was like, hang on a second. Okay, not that kind of segregation. You terrible person.
Hey.
Male and female. The signs are right here. And then I actually put up these curtains because I was like, hang on, these bathrooms don't have doors. You'd just be seeing people shower. That ain't right. I built my nice, nifty stalls. This is basically my model train set, so settle in and I'm going to get boring. We turned this whole bathroom area into a bedroom. I removed the shower heads and everything. They got some food storage. I like this. There's also plenty more food options. I'm going to make basically this like the backdoor kitchen. I'm going to move all my power armor away. But I'm just like this. I like this. I understand now why there are people who dislike the settlement system, and then there are people who are like crazy about it. And I'm probably going to end up being one of the people who's crazy about it because I'm like, I just like that this level of variability exists. Oh, hey, look, we're having a conversation start up here. A whole bunch of women. I didn't think I had this much women in the settlement. Like seriously, this is not a. This is a modded. Wow. How dare you?
Well,
Accusing me of well, my wife's dead actually, so I'm not married anymore, but I am a faithful 1950s man. Anyway, I just like this amount of variability. I like the fact that this is the generator room. Because some people would be like, oh, anytime you need power, just, slap a generator down. I'm like, nah. We're going to have the power station. It has an electrical sign because that was an option. The power goes up to be distributed amongst these things. I'm like, come on. I even made it so that the hole in this window aligned with where the wire went out. Because, I mean,
we ran that wire.
yes, I could take it off if you want. You actually do have to run the wires between things. That's why these posts are built. It's like you... I'm telling you, I am whatever kind of personality is required for this. I have it, so I'm digging it. But it's light, it's dark out. I want to get to the morning. But anyways, I figured we'd play this again because A, I want to show this off, and B, it's not not quest heavy, so we can have just a random chat about garbage.
What you picked up?
What kind of garbage do you want? All the garbage I turned into scrap.
You still have dog meat around?
No, I actually didn't get him this playthrough.
Oh.
The playthrough we started, I basically went back to the first save and started again because I wanted to. So I didn't get the dog. But, so I guess this may as well be our first comparison because last time I was talking about these two female companions and I may as well show them to you. Because now you'll actually get to decide between them. So here's the Irish chick.
I'm sorry I laid all that crap about my feelings on
I
you a
admit,
while ago.
the outfit helps.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. We've already... Okay. I thought we already had this conversation. She needs affirmation. Hang on, I got to be a good friend. Because basically, I'm at the stage of the game where I chose my companion and it wasn't her. I know we had the conversation. I wasn't sure. I'll show you the one I picked and you'll probably call me a something. I don't know. Because essentially, I was unfair originally because I had the impression that like she was the I'm a tough chick, but I will never tell you that I like you because I'm too whatever.
What, this chick?
No, and yeah, well, that was the low resolution version of her attitude, which I had picked up from like other people's playthroughs. She's more nuanced than that. Of course,
Can you
I think
stir something up there?
the reason this is red is because I haven't done any of I haven't chosen any of the prior dialogue options that would like.
Red as in you cannot select it?
No, I can. It just means it's just this is a charisma check, and it's basically red means it's not going to work. Your charisma's not going to because I'm already in a relationship with the other chick, and
Well, is there a way you can soft pedal that?
No, not really. Like I've basically chosen.
That sounds terrible.
I've chosen the friend zone for her. Like this is the option I picked, and this basically means that now, for the rest of the game, I don't know why she keeps bringing it up. Maybe if I didn't have another companion, I could come back and maybe choose her. What? Did she see something? Or was she just mad at me? Now get out of here!
Now get the freak out.
So here's the actual chick that I like. And she's the common... She's like... Because she's the first one that you meet. So there's a lot of people who are... Like, she's the common one. But she's the more altruistic, I want to help people and I'm just nice. Is her kind of thing. She's spunky in her own way, but not like, she's not like, I just like drinking and fighting. That's essentially her whole shtick. That's why she's essentially captain of the guard. She's got the guard post over there. So it's like, okay, I'm not into the, I just want to punch something and get drunk kind of vibe. That's not me. But anyways, now that you've got some first-hand experience, who are you going for? Is the corset really going to tip you over the scale?
Well, I don't... Not to be rude, but she's looking a little marmy right now.
Marmy is not... What do you mean by that?
Marmy?
Because I know that word, and I'm not sure I've heard it in this context.
Yes, it's like...
She's not like goody two-shoes.
No, it looks like a school marm. Again, it's like
but that's more of a, like, fussy older woman kind of trope.
No, it's a... Sure. That's to me with a vibe. That's
Why?
vibes I'm getting.
Well, you haven't even talked to her. Oh, she gives me bubblegum.
Did she now?
Wow. You just...
Oh, nothing.
Okay.
I'm gonna protect my fictional spouse from your abuse. Anyways, so basically, I'm just gonna keep on doing what I've been doing and keep working on this place, and you can, I don't know,
Go
criticize
date the
me.
other chick.
What?
You paused after you said you can, and I said go date the other chick.
Well, you can. Is it just the Irishness and the all black?
It is completely 100%.
You're into goth Irish chicks?
No, I just
Sad thing is nobody actually sleeps up here because the pathfinding for the stairs is kind of screwed up.
no. Well, that's
But,
sad.
I mean, the fact that these beds exist tell the settlement system, it's like, yeah, there's enough beds for all the people. They just won't ever actually use them.
So he says to people, "Yeah, we just never sleep."
Now, like, see, again, I could have just...
Where's your bedroom? Oh, I'm upstairs.
I could have just built the
Okay,
beacon.
so go sleep.
So this... well, I mean, they might do it if I commanded them to do it, because I think...
I command you to go and
Because, like, the follower lady will follow me up here, so it's not like it's impassable, but I think their AI just freaks out because it's not part of the, like, pre-baked game world. But, like, so here's one of those details. I built this because this is essentially a radio beacon that's like, hey, we've got a settlement here that, we're hiring, essentially, if you're looking for a place to stay. But if I just have it, it works, where I was like, well, no, I'm going to have this is essentially like our radio booth, and I built a computer and a ham radio because I'm like, come on. Like I said, I'm not joking at all when I say it's like my train set. I've got a fictional story for everything that goes on here.
So this is a bit of your Monteriggioni vibes.
Well, a little bit, except it's not just this place. Like, when I'm done, everywhere in the Commonwealth will be my place.
But that's my
And
point.
I like it.
With Monteriggioni, it's very similar.
This
You
didn't need
start
a
with
ladder.
your
This
own-
ladder's not actually usable. I can't climb it, but I'm like, well, it needs to be there, because what if you had to ever fix that? Like, again, some people are like, why do you care? And I'm like, because the option to care is available to me. That's why I care. Anyways, this is, when traders come in, this is where they normally congregated, so I built them a little covered porch with chairs and a soda fountain. I put up this menacing sign because it was an option.
Wow.
Literally, they're
Traders and raiders. What kind of a weird salesman are you punning off of yourself?
I thought it
Traders
was
welcome,
funny.
raiders shut.
I thought it was funny that I had, because literally I can craft little tiny letters that I can put on this sign. That's part of the crafting system. This is, I think, one of the mods that allows me to do that. But still, I'm like, come on, that's just fun. I like that I can do all of this. Anyways, make fun of me if you will, but I will absolutely be the old grandpa with the train set.
I'm not making fun.
I think you are.
Somehow.
I'm getting... And here's even more detail. I've built graves for all the people that have died.
Oh, I thought it was just open grave, just in case. Just in case, Bob.
I'm just going to pre-dig all of them.
You're just looking at the guy as you're digging it.
Imagine I just go, I just come in. I'm like the new mayor. I come in going, hey, I'm taking a census. How many people are there? All right, cool. You see me out in the graveyard measuring that many plots. Got a bunch of blank gravestones cooked up. If one of you steps out of line.
For a rainy day,
Anyways.
It's gonna rain red.
It ain't gonna be water that's raining. Anyways, I'm gonna slightly move this because the guy glitches every time he uses it.
Anyway.
What is it? We got 17 people. I got stores. The problem is I actually need more people. And even though I've got the recruitment beacon, people come kind of slowly, so... there's not actually a whole lot more I could do. If I built anything more, it would just go empty until somebody showed up. So hey, he's got a name. And he looks pretty dope. All of these people got names. They're all I know all of them, I swear. Of course she would be the one wearing that. Anywho. She's the one, she works in the generator room, so she's got a jumpsuit.
Millicent?
Yeah, it's got some weird ones. There was one of them was named Drusilla and a bunch of these Cinderella types names. So I was like, well, okay. I mean, I guess, the American culture is basically frozen in the 1950s in this universe. So, the trader lady is skipping work today. Have you seen what's her head? She's supposed to be here. I'm gonna have to get on to her about this. I can understand the one mod where it's basically the settlements build themselves and all you do is manage resources, because that's probably closer to what would be accurate. I'm not gonna go in here. Hey! Get to work! What are you doing? She's probably stuck behind this. I know how it works. Hang on, let me help you.
She's just looking at you like...
Boss! Boss, I can't get out!
Boss.
There you go.
Paul's Bunyan Cream.
Now get to freaking work.
She's looking at you like, now what?
Okay, you've been assigned, lady. Yeah, get to work. Yeah, that's right. Get on out. Before I send you to the other crappy settlements. You better be glad you're living in this place. Look at that, I even have balconies and whatnot. See? You're lucky you live here. Yeah. It makes sort of sense now when this is the only settlement I'm ostensibly in charge of, but when I'm the governor of the Commonwealth, I can't be coming up going, you weren't at work on Tuesday. But anyways, perhaps while I'm waiting, I might need to visit some of my other settlements and see what's up. Because this one's pretty much just fine. I thought maybe I'd have some more people here by now to work with. Or I could do this quest. I actually think that's a settlement-related quest. Yeah. Wait, no. Where's that at? Come on, I got lots of quests active. Oh, that's part of this. Well, I might as well since it's close by. Hopefully I'll get some more people in the mid-time. I do believe that I'm way out of ammo and everything though. Anyways, does this even remotely make sense to you, or am I just model train?
No, 100%. I see the thing I liked
when we're old, this will be the model trains. Because Fallout, imagine that. We live in a society where games are still young, but when we're old, it'll be like Grandpa's playing some game from 100 years ago, and it'll actually be almost true. I mean, 70 years ago, but there's no such thing as a 70-year-old game these days.
Graphics are really bad. They're not even 3D holographic. They're just 2D on a TV.
But see, it'll be like that. We'll be like, no, you come, you see, look at what my settlement looks like. Her name's Millicent.
She's been here for 20 years.
Anyway, you're the ammo lady, right?
I've actually thought that as far as me playing Lord of the Rings online, is that because I've been playing that game for ages.
Are you still? When was the last time you played it?
It's been a minute, but anytime I log in, it's like everything's still there. I mean, I'm like
Oh, hey,
level, I don't even remember, a level 36 or something. It's like
buy all of this.
which is probably there are probably some people going, "Oh,
Did I sell this? Did I sell that to you?
That looks like a piece of trash that you sold him, telling him it was a knife when it was really just a sharpened
This is a she,
shank."
by the way, but okay.
No, I'm not. What?
This is a woman.
Well,
I'm a progressive man. The 1950s were.
not.
Well, she's behind a counter.
Okay.
I exploited a loophole. It's like, well, we only got one kitchen. Get behind the storefront.
Wow.
Anyways. Yeah, okay, she's not got actually that much stuff. I'm out of a lot of my ammo. Okay, I got some shotgun shells. I'll take those.
Anyway, no, this kind of thing, this is the reason why I liked Brotherhood, is because essentially in Brotherhood, you were in charge of building your own... You were essentially rebuilding the guild.
Well, that's basically what I'm doing here, is I'm just rebuilding all of Boston.
Well, and that's essentially what you were doing, but you could do it very much based on your own structure of what you wanted to prioritize and things of that nature. Because even in that game, you could prioritize more like, development of the area or the city or whatever. You could also develop more of the concept of the, I suppose, influence over people concept within the city. And then there were times where you could just basically say, I'm lone wolfing it, and all these people can just, leave me alone. But it just depends on your playthrough style.
He has no ammo at all. I mean, he's a doctor. He tends to
lean more towards the rebuilding the Guild of Assassins on more of a...
This is the guy I gave him this really stupid suit because it's got incredible stats.
He's looking at you like, I can't believe I have to wear this all friggin' day. You realize how hot this is, man?
Well, it's plus 70 armor, pals. Suck it up. That's what you'll be doing when the bullets come flying.
But
like, for example, I can't clean this up because this is the edge of my settlement. So, like, this is the kind of garbage that's just everywhere. And I can actually scrap it with my mods, but I can't scrap this because it's outside my zone.
That's dumb.
There are other mods that basically they expand the settlements to everywhere, which means you could scrap literally every item in the game, which, as you can imagine, would break most of it. You need to get the key from this guy to lock this door. Nah, I'm just gonna scrap it, melt it down, turn it into metal. I'm gonna have it shipped back to my settlement. Anyways, let me go. I'm gonna head out to one of my other places, and I guess I'll head back to this nursery place and get them looking just as good.
This kind of vibe though, because to me, building, I tend to lean more on like the influential level. Like I would enjoy less like isn't this great? We're seeing this town restored, and more like the more houses I build for people, the more my hooks go in. That sounds terrible, but it's like there's something comforting about in the Fallout context.
You're just a slumlord.
No, not even that. I'm just saying.
Hey, these ain't no slums. These are nice houses.
Exactly. It's just.
I cleaned up the trash and everything. You weren't gonna do it.
I'm just saying, if you make others not even dependent on you, but just entreated to you, then it's like, well, okay, now when I say, hey, we're gonna need to.
Hey, let me sleep with your wife.
That's not what I'm saying. What I need is to crush your windpipe. I mean,
hit you with a rake.
No. But I mean, in all actuality, when push comes to shove and you're actually in trouble, those are the types of people that will come to your aid. But it's...
What? Where is this happening? Ah.
I'm like Tommy's
Whoa.
I'm just playing.
What? You see, you hold more... You got a weird perspective on that whole thing where you're like, oh, they did him wrong. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure the wrong was flowing both ways.
Oh, for sure. I was teasing.
Ah.
You just got blown to high.
Yeah, these guys are actually weirdly tough. What in the... Okay. I don't know. What do you want to talk about? What's your model train set going to be when you're 70 in a nursing home?
Lincoln Logs.
So you're going to regress is what you're going to do.
I'm joking.
Imagine all the better things that you'll be out by then.
I'm joking.
Lincoln Logs 2.
What?
Electric Boogaloo. Oh, I didn't get any of my stuff.
Electric Boogaloo. I don't know.
Because, I mean, what... I guess the only reason that this feels in some way illegitimate... Uh-oh. My lights are floating. Dang it. I think I moved that pillar is why and the wire moved, because those aren't actually attached. I just stuck them there. I'll fix that later.
Excuse me.
There is something more legitimate feeling about the train track that, like, it's a physical thing, because that's harder to build. So it's a little bit more impressive.
Sure.
I guess. Whereas something like this feels like, well, yeah, the game makes most of that possible. You just sort of...
I don't know. I've certainly seen video gaming isn't always a trivial pursuit, I suppose, in that regard.
Well, I mean,
say that it's obviously entertainment at its core. However, I enjoyed this story, and you probably have come across this, where the dad passed away or whatever, but he used to play video games with his son all the time, and they had this racing game or whatever that they would play, and the son literally had his dad. You know how like
I think I've heard the story.
Like the fastest like time or whatever is like the ghost car that goes out there and
yeah, the one. It's
so
like a visualization of the time you have to beat.
Yeah, and so it's like the son basically, or the article basically says, like, I found my dad in, my dad's ghost in this video game or whatever. And it's like, okay, I understand the sentiment of that, but he actually said when he finally got fast enough and proficient enough that he was able to beat him, he literally stopped just short of the finish line because he was like, I'm just going to leave it there. Like, I know now that I could have beat him, but he's there. And I'm like, see, that's a cool sentiment. As much as people are like, yeah, video games are so stupid, I'm like, yeah, but if you make it
technically
meaningful,
anything you do is worthless.
Right, exactly. I mean, we've talked about this on an absurdist level, but even I was looking
this guy
at
hurts a lot.
I was looking recently at Christian existentialism, which is
that's what Kierkegaard is.
What's that?
Kierkegaard. We've talked about Kierkegaard before.
I didn't realize he was a Christian existentialist.
Yeah, that's his whole thing.
Oh, well, there you go. But again, it's similar to absurdism, but I think it goes. I think with existentialism, it goes a little bit one step further in that the meaning in the universe is potentially...
Well, existentialism is the idea that you can still create your own meaning.
Well, but then in addition to that, though, the question with absurdism is...
Even that meaning is meaningless, but there's no reason not to do it.
Right. Whereas with existentialism, it's a little bit more, especially with Christian...
Yeah, it gives a little bit more, like, the meaning you give it does actually mean something.
Well, and
Where it's like the absurdist is like, no, even the meaning you give it doesn't mean anything in the end, but that there's no reason not to do it.
Right. Whereas he said, like, is there inherent meaning in the universe? And one of the guys was like, maybe, but we'll never know, but we still should have faith to believe in it, essentially. Because it's like, the bottom line is you won't ever know until you either die
unless you're dead.
Until you die and know, or either way, you, I suppose, find out whether you're just dust or whether you're soul, but it's, I found that argument to be very, to me, I'm just saying you can inject meaning into even something like this.
Yes, but like, it just doesn't have any lasting meaning, but
sure,
so what?
But I mean, there are a lot
Why do we keep getting attacked?
Oh,
joy. Please, no, I have a family. Oh, he chopped off my arm.
Dude, my arm.
That's the problem with the being leveled up is now everything in the game is really hard.
I don't know.
I'm just trying to do a quest, dumb crab man. I don't know. I'm just... There's also the element that a model set exists externally. It's like it's not dependent. Why is that car moving on its own? Was that just a glitch, or is there something out there flipping cars?
I don't know.
Ah, it was something. It was they're flipping cars and flipping me. Well, that was a humorous bit of. Anyways, the fact that it exists externally rather than like, because if my computer were to fail for some reason, all of this would go.
Sure.
So there is a greater sense of weight to physical objects. It's like the fact that they exist in and of themselves and aren't existing on some other like framework that supports them.
Well, I think that's why, to me, you have to have both. I mean...
Well, and there's obviously more skill involved in the model train set thing.
Is there, though? I think it's just different.
I would... This game has done most of the legwork for what I have done. That's a big robot. Big robot. I have very little ammo of any stripe. This is not going to go well for me. I'm going to shoot you in your LED face. Oh, that ain't going to hurt nobody. Ooh, that hurt me. Oh, good grief. I am so dead. I'm so why
very dead.
Why is this? Well, I'm not going to get to show off as much as I thought because the game is being... I did have it set to hard, which is probably... I play most games on hard because I feel like I've got a reasonable skill set. But since the combat is no longer my main focus, like I'm not as focused on the combat stuff anymore, so I don't have the good stuff. I've been mostly, oh, I can fight you guys all day. So this is just a randomized encounter, isn't it? Okay. I'll gladly fight these guys before I fight robots. Come on. Bring your pretty face to my crosshairs. Oh, well, okay, you'll kill yourselves, apparently. I'll get you in your noggin. You're not safe from me, pal. Wait. Oh. Okay, behind cover. You know nothing about getting into a firefight? Oh, well, okay. I'll shut my mouth.
This whole bloody enterprise was women's business until you came back from the war.
In your noodle. Do the noodle dance.
Wow.
Come on, mate. Your friends are all dead.
Come on, get
shot in the face, mate. Buddy, your friends are all dead. The writing's on the wall.
Actually, it's right there on its head.
By the writing, I mean the bullets, and by the wall, I mean your face. Hang on, though. I gotta eat an entire steak. Excuse me, I have to down a whole thing of water, a piece of fruit, and a dog's hind leg.
Still here?
In your noodle. Eat your bullets. Oh, I forgot he's legendary, so he gets his health back when he's low because he's a legendary enemy, and I think that's kind of stupid. Because that is one of the other criticisms as I was looking into the whole Bethesda thing. Oh, it's going to be randomized again.
Which means what?
Well, because clearly there's a code thing that says I'm supposed to fight something over there, like it's a random encounter, because one time it was robots, last time it was just raiders. I would prefer the raiders to
it was... What was it?
It was different robots.
No, I'm talking about not Alan Rickman. What was it that we were making fun of?
What?
It
was a different kind of robot, the floaty robot, rather than
I'm talking about the
murder.
Walken.
Why did Alan Rickman come up then?
I don't know. It just was.
Or is there no encounter this time?
Life is but.
Does the RNG give me favor? Well, okay, bugs. Okay, so he's back. This is the thing you're talking about. I can shoot you from a mile away, though, now. But, like, look at that. Here's one thing about the balance issue, because that's one of the things people talk about. It's like their games, the combat in them is a little bit clunky at times. And the reason for that is when enemies scale their damage according to your level, which is a fairly reasonable thing to do, but it sometimes loses the sense in context. Because it makes sense that a robot like this, probably made out of metal, would be hard to destroy with bullets because, like, it's tough. But, like, no amount of legendary training or armor is going to make a guy survive getting shot in the head. So the idea that, like, oh, he's a legendary enemy, he's harder to kill, I'm like, well, that makes sense on a gameplay level. I saw that the car was on fire right before I could do anything about it. it makes sense on a gameplay level that a enemy would get harder to kill the higher level it is. But it makes no sense contextually why a guy who's, well-trained can eat 5 bullets to the face. It's like no amount of training is going to make your head more durable.
Yeah, my skin.
And I
built up a tolerance to bullets.
I admit that I did.
Rubbed bullets all over me. I love bullets.
Okay, raiders in power armor.
Any way you can get those bullets inside of you is fine by me.
I don't want to fight raiders in power armor. Why are there raiders in power armor?
Hey, get out of my
No, like, okay, here's an understandable
Choo-choo,
thing.
mother.
I can understand he's wearing power armor. A shot to the head isn't going to kill him. Makes sense. He's wearing a full face helmet. But like this guy, his head's exposed. I don't care about his armor. If I get him in the head, he's going down. I'm complaining about, video games not matching real life context, so I recognize that this is a futile effort. But still, there's just an element of, I understand how that disconnect throws people off, because it throws me off a little bit. I now need to eat an entire roast. I'll wash it down with whiskey. No, that probably will actually throw off my aim. Here you go. Hi, here's a gift. Parting present. Stand there. Hold, please. Who are you? Okay, see, like, I don't care what... You're wearing leather, lady. That isn't going to stop these bullets. Ain't going to stop these knucks. No! What? Ooh. Well, that's never happened before. I've never encountered one of those cutscene type deaths. Are you in need of... is this not your... Oh, I've got 9 grenades. That's what I need to use. You have no opinion on my railway set, is what I'm getting.
Well, I mean, I can only have so much opinion.
Well,
on
it's
the
your railway set, it's not mine. Oh, did I get lucky? All right, so I'm not going to fight them, which means I'm probably going to fight the robot.
Does it just auto-generate different... okay.
Things like... Yeah, it does kind of just determine, like, random numbers dictate you're going to fight something here. It doesn't tell you necessarily what it's going to be.
Hey,
Yeah, I know something's out there. I'm shooting at it. I still don't quite get your school marm concept, because that's more of a busybody-ish attitude. Is that not the way that is meant, usually? Whoa, why is he glowing? This is concerning! What the heck is going on?
It's like that
Whoa!
robot from The Incredibles where he throws his back out. And then
I don't think I've encountered the self-destruct sequence. Is that what happened, or did he just...
happen to blow up right next to you? I don't know.
That was weird. Well, it worked. I'm going to quick save. I'll admit, since I'm on PC now, I did cheat once when I was fighting. They were so overleveled it was stupid. Because it was literally just a bunch of normal raiders in armor. And I was like, okay, I'm wearing power armor. I've got a minigun. That guy ate an entire 500-round belt of minigun ammo to the face. He's not even wearing a helmet. He wasn't in power armor. He was just like, he's a legendary enemy. I'm like, well, he clearly is. If he's eating lead at this velocity, he's clearly not human. No!
To uncrush is silly. Why uncrush?
Here. Nibble on this. I've got some morsels for you. Just gonna carpet bomb this thing. Oh, it worked! That was a wasted grenade. Well, it wasn't wasted when you get ragdoll physics like that. Alright, so grenades are my friend. I'm gonna take your meat and eat it. Oh, come on! Oh, hey, that's my other... that's my... Okay, I need to help her because she's actually one of my citizens. Well, never mind. I don't need to help nothing. You are a credit to the place. You're leaving your cow behind. Okay, we'll catch you back at home base. It was one of my people. I kind of like that aspect. So I guess you're wandering around, you'll see your own people wandering around too. All right, here is...
Does your wife just indefinitely follow you? Or?
Well, she's not really my wife officially.
Well, okay.
Technically...
So you haven't popped the question.
Well, admittedly...
She's going to be Mrs. Mayor.
I don't think that's actually... There's mods, of course, that let you do that. I don't think that's in the game, though. I've essentially reached maximum relationship level, so, I mean, you could call it
Not
that?
when we shift into maximum overdrive.
Is that what we're calling? Is that what we call it now?
That's what I'm calling it from now on.
Well, I mean, sure. Admittedly, on a story-focused level, because from what I understand, if you reject their advances, like, because essentially all of the NPC companions. What? Where did you come from? Zombie in a dress. Only in Fallout. You get zombies in dresses.
It's a, what is it called? The white lady or the...
Except I was...
What's the weird... what episode is that from?
I haven't a clue. I'm getting shot at. What in the name?
Supernatural. It's the woman in the white... Woman in white. Lady.
Yeah. Okay. I don't like zombies in
In this
dresses.
particular regard, it's more like I Am Legend. These are just ghouls, aren't they?
Yes, but they're wearing dresses, which throws me off. It's presenting. Okay, that turret has got some range. Good grief. It's still shooting at me. Well, I want whatever sensors these things have. My goodness. Can I don't think my turrets can shoot this far out. Holy crap. Good grief. Well, hey, I know what turrets I'm using for my settlement now. I'm using these. That is kind of absurd. What on earth? I mean, it can't really hit me from this distance, but the fact that it's trying is kind of impressive. Anyways. I was going to say something about marriage. M for marriage. M for Mari. Where'd she go? Here she is. She's gone. Something about... Oh, it does... Yeah, if you reject their advances, then I think it sort of quashes your ability to pursue them later. So admittedly, you basically have to... You have to go along with it whenever they begin the option, because otherwise you won't get it later, I think. Maybe I'm not. Maybe there's a way. So I admit that it's like, technically I've only been out of the vault for like a month at this point. Like, my wife is still recently dead in my memory.
Yeah.
So the idea that it's like, yeah, you'll just, shack up with a new chick right off the bat. I was like, well, okay, that feels a bit forced. But I guess if I may not get the chance later, I might have to. So I suppose we'll hold off until the memory of my wife. I feel like I'm not disrespecting her memory. But sure, Mrs. Governor. Ah! Well, I'm missing my toes now.
Great. Normally it would be really stupid if you went back there and grabbed a size we didn't agree upon. Have you heard Dimitri Martin's riff on that whole?
Maybe.
Like, what is it when you go to shoe shop and you're like, yeah, I need a 10.5, and they go back there
Yes.
like, I got an 11 and a 10. Okay, well that's not what I asked for.
How convenient! How convenient! Because while you were back there, one of my toes fell off.
No, it was severed. Oh, that's really ironic, because while you were back there, one of my toes was severed off.
Why are there mines everywhere?
Normally, it'd be really stupid for you to say something different than the number we agreed upon. But actually, right now, you're in perfect timing. It's like...
All right, I'm eating rotten meat and dirty water.
Maybe I will if you give me more of your rotting meat.
Well, there's ghouls in the game if you want rotting meat.
Wow.
Okay. Well, what's this place looks cheery. Antique globe. This is a military outpost, so hopefully this ghoul's got a ladle. Hopefully I can get some ammo since I am direly low on everything. Well, you haven't answered the question of what your what's your that? What is your iced him. What are you going to be working on in the corner when you're 80? Grandpa's working on his model train set again. Because I'll admit, I could honestly just go back to the classic actual model train set thing. I can see the appeal of that.
Yeah.
There's a guy on YouTube who does not exactly model train sets. He does model diorama things. And I kind of like him because he has like a lot of fantasy inspired. He has a whole series dedicated to like this fictional universe he's created in this thing. So it's like it has a continuity and it's all kind of imaginative, creative stuff rather than just, oh, here's a model of a train that I built that it was, you know, a real train thing. Because there's some people who are into it. I used to think that it was an actual, like, you just had to really like trains. What? Oh, I thought that was a bigger... I'll take it back for the settlement, but still. Bottle caps.
Yeah, I don't know what.
I saw that. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought this was going to be one of those ones that gets up after you pass them. Oh. Night acid holotape. It feels slightly dishonorable to strip the dead naked, but that's a pretty nifty jumpsuit.
That you want to put on?
No,
I'm teasing.
I take stuff. I can have her put it on.
I take stuff and I put it on my wife.
I make other people wear them.
The secret is to skin her first. Yeah, no, I'm not feeling that. I don't know. That's something. Wow. You're going to put it on Piper, aren't you?
No, I'm just going to keep it. I keep them for the settlements.
I'm going to. I don't want to have it. I just want to help.
I'm just going to have somebody in town wear it because I can.
Wow.
I can do that.
Some guy walks in, wear this.
Wear this? This is not over. What is this?
Insurance.
What?
Well, I mean, if you make every other guy look stupid, then
Well,
your harem continues.
it's a jumpsuit. It's not. Doesn't look that stupid.
Okay.
It's like
pull it out once again.
No.
I'll
I'll do you one more. I'll put it on.
Put it on.
I got two of them.
Great, do it.
It's just a jumpsuit. It's like a flight suit, essentially.
Oh.
What did you think it was? I mean, it's skin. It's leotardy, but I mean, it's meant for you wear these inside those power armors. Is what you're supposed to do. So it's tight fitting, but you know.
No. Now I'm fine. It looked a little different on.
You know, I've carried around all these different colors of suits, but I still stick with the blue. I don't know why. At first, I thought it makes sense for me to have multiple, but you know.
You're gonna ditch him?
No, I'm gonna still wear it. I thought that I'd be like, oh, I'll change it up every now and again, but I don't. I don't know why. So this was not nearly as involved a quest as I thought it was. I just picked a radio beacon off of a dead body and then stripped her naked. Not actually. The game doesn't let you do that. You have to have the mods to do that, and I don't have any of those. Anyway. Oh, officer's password. That means we're going somewhere. Why is it that Dr. Pepper always gives me hiccups? That seems kind of unusual. I don't think there's anything else for me to do around here. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, it's probably for here. Well, you're full of stunning commentary this week.
Well, I mean, your narrow conversation about train sets is a little.
This isn't only about train sets. We're playing a post-apocalyptic future game.
And I'm supposed to comment on your harem or their outfits or your Lincoln Log.
Whatever you could, or just take some agency and talk about whatever the heck you want.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not.
Or I'll shove this broom.
What are you doing, Tommy?
Just
shoveling crap, Curly.
Not in my.
Why are you doing that, Tommy?
Hang on, I want to point it upwards so I could.
Wow.
Training yard. So there's nothing in here. There wasn't even that much salvage ammo. Well, I can't read what the timer down there says, but we ain't done yet, so you gotta fill us. You gotta give us something.
Where's the timer supposed to be?
It's the tiny little stuff right next to the red button, way at the bottom. I suppose that's the one advantage of Audacity is that the timer on it was much bigger.
Well, that's true.
Well, what did you actually... Are you going to tell us what the time actually is, or are you just going to keep that to yourself?
Well,
well, you got down there and looked at it. Okay, party time, party time. Give me my vats. I'd rather kill the guy next to me, thanks. Missing right? Okay, I'm out of ammo. Bad times, bad times, bad times to be alive. Oh, he's got no arms. Well, now I feel bad, pal. Okay, no. How about the one about to bite me nads? That's the one to aim at. My wife's fine. I'm shooting at that corpse. Oh, I forgot the legendary enemies get their health back. Although he can't do anything to me. What are you going to do? You going to sneeze on me, pal? Oh, he is. He's wiping his radioactive boogers on me. Alright, I'm going to chew some bubblegum and that'll give me health. Don't ask how. I feel bad. This is almost rude. I could knock his legs off too. Probably make him extra... I think I just shot her square in the shoulder. Ah! He's actually going to freaking get me because I'm out of ammo. Okay, this...
That's why you have to have your brass knuckles as a backup, always.
I have a something as a backup.
Have some sort of a...
what do I have? I do have a melee weapon. I probably should put it on a... What is it? I thought I did. Oh, I got this weird radioactive sword. Not gonna comment on it. Just, I got it. Okay, so this... Ah! I think I caused some kind of a corpse glitch. Anyways. Well, so what actually, how long has it been?
It is
Whoa!
Coming on the hour. That was
dark,
weird.
It was dark in here.
I walked into space, the final frontier.
Well, so you've managed to successfully evade giving any color commentary this whole episode.
Well, I mean, okay.
Making me look just like a boring old fart. Hi! I'm out of ammo everywhere! I have no ammo in anything.
You lost me at I chose Piper. I'm teasing you.
I don't know.
You have no excuse.
I don't think I need an excuse. What kind of excuse do you think I need to be giving you? What?
They just killed Piper.
No, she'll be fine. She's tough.
I don't think so.
Yeah, she's fine. Come on, get up. Her health's coming back. They do this so that in the middle of a firefight you could...
They do this so that they can get attention. You attention-seeking... No, I'm just playing.
I'm not talking about her. I'm just talking about women in general. Yeah, you can revive them if you're in like the middle of a fight, because otherwise they'll stay down. But like, once the fight's over, they'll just get back up. So I'm like, oh yeah, the fight's over. Stop being dramatic. Get up. Okay. Ah! You things are everywhere. I admit, I like the vibe of this homemade like assault rifle. This is working for me. I don't like that it's rusty and nasty, but I actually kind of like the look of it. They make it look kind of cool. Okay. I am so wasting all of my ammo. I thought that this would be a good scavenger mission because like this is a military thing. Surely there's ammo for scavenging. But it seems not to be this way. No! It seems instead to be full of people.
I'm looking for arms. No, not those. That guy just gives you his...
Yeah, their arms fall off much easier than I thought they should.
I'm trying to think of a video game that has the same vibe that I would just play indefinitely.
Well, now that I've got... This was the other thing I was thinking about with the settlement concept in this. Is that I actually really like the kind of... the disconnect between... Like, whenever I'm tired of being mayor, I can literally just go out and shoot zombies for a while. Like, you don't get this kind of variance in most games. And I appreciate that. Because it's like, you know, what would be more fun in SimCity than to gun down your population whenever you feel bored? I guess I'm not gunning down my own population, but, you know, I'm gunning down rival cities. That should that's what we need. Is we need Sim City's Total War. I want a mashup game in which whenever you get tired of building your city, you can just nuke the city next door. Come on, how many of you things can there be? I'm gonna run out of ammo again. That, I suppose, is the main issue with my assault rifle fetish. Is that it means you're kind of wasteful with ammo. Pipe pistol, no thanks. 44s, yes please. Armory management. Hey, this sounds like something. So I do appreciate that kind of juxtaposition. Again, as I said, whatever kind of attitude or personality this kind of game requires, I've got apparently. And you have successfully dodged the whole video, so congratulations to you.
Dodge. Yes, I did, because there's not really much to talk about when it comes to
you don't have to just let... Why you gotta let... I don't have to lead the conversation. You can input your own stuff. You're a free individual.
Yes.
Or are you content to let me be governor? Can I be governor of your life now, too?
Wow.
I'm just going to be governor of everyone's life who abdicates the responsibility. Not today!
He begs to differ.
I'm going to eat 32 fruit.
Wow.
Not today, son. I've got time dilation on my side. Aww. Yeah. Oh. Good grief. He is turning into a bloody mess. And I'm out of ammo. I think that puts me out of ammo in almost every gun I've got. Ah! There's a glowing radiation boy. Get me out of here. Oh, goodness. We all gonna die. We dying today.
Ew.
I am hurt. I am very much hurt. Eat 12 more fruit. Whoop! And I took drugs. I don't think I... Yeah, see, that's what he does. That's the very Arthur-appropriate drug reaction. I'm okay. No. In your face. I got 44 bullets. What? There you go. That's what a 44 does to a face. It's biology lessons for today, kids. Yeah, you're fine. See? Get up. You'll be okay. I'm not wasting the stim pack on you. The fight's over. Well, I was going to show off more of the settlementable stuff, but I don't have enough people in it to actually do anything. I mean, I could just build a bunch of useless stuff, but these lockers are empty. Surely one of these things leads to, like, an armory where I can get weapons, because one of them said something about an armory key. Whoa! Where are you all coming from?
This is when they're like, so much for your mayoral town. We're having them spawn right here.
Crap! I'm out of ammo and everything! This is the last gun in which I am not out of ammo. And I can't hit anything with it. There we go. Woo! He's flexible. Alright. He has been glitched, so I think I've got the advantage here. Eat that! Wow. It's durable. Oh! Oh, I blew his legs off. Oh, this is just This is just pathetic at this point.
Is this another mod that you've
No,
added?
that actually
this
does
is
happen.
sad.
That actually does happen to these things. They can lose
Put
legs.
him out of his misery.
I'm trying. He's got too much misery. He won't let go of it. Take some nuclear material out of your rectum. It's about where else am I going to get it from, I guess.
Steve here.
Ah!
Rumming the, You want to hear me out?
Get out of my Commonwealth.
Wow.
Come on. There we go. Is he the last one?
He just wanted to be a part of your Commonwealth, like the bartender from Rivet City.
I think Megaton was the bartender. There's ghouls all over this game.
Rivet City.
That wasn't a ghoul bartender. The ghoul bartender's in Megaton. Yes, his name is... I forget. I mean, I don't think there was a ghoul bartender in River City. Maybe there was. There's plenty of ghouls around here. You know, if you're not going kill crazy, I don't have a problem with ghouls. That whole settlement was originally ghouls when I got there. That was kind of part of the plot. Is that it was essentially like a bunch of ghouls got together because there were outcasts everywhere else and started a farm. Whoa! Whoa! That admittedly was creepy. That was horror movie grade stuff. Are you joking me? I'm out of ammo in every single gun! Alright. I'm getting hacky. You've hacked me off. I have literally never been reduced to using this before.
That's awful. It actually makes total sense on an Arthur level, though, that he would use his officer's sword to just be like, when crap hits the fan.
Well, okay, fine. If you, I'll give it a hotkey then. I guess I'll have to give it that.
More than a hotkey. Give it a cold key.
Okay, I don't know where you're meant to go with that, but literally, he just crawled out of the stall on the floor while I was looting. That
Pretty
was
sure he came from the sewer.
He might have. It's the ring. Except with sewers instead of TVs. Hey, military fatigues. I'll make someone in town wear those. I want a return on this investment. I have used every scrap of ammo in getting in here, and I haven't gotten hardly any scraps of ammo out.
And the designers of the game are looking at you with both fingers way, way up.
Are you really?
They do not care.
I mean, I've gotten...
Really? I'm only in here for ammo.
I got some caps, but they're useless if nobody sells ammo. Fine, then. Well, I guess we're coming to a semi-natural close. I at least want to make sure I'm out of this building yet. So I wasted every scrap of ammo I have. If our settlement gets attacked... Whoa! Okay, I guess I'm not quite out of the woods. Why would this... Okay, this is a weird antechamber. It's the decontamination room. It's the airlock. Sure, fine, let me out of here. Yeah, cool, thanks. Well, great. That thing's going to start shooting at me. I'm out of ammo! That's so rude! Didn't give me a single scrap of ammo, and then shot at me as I came out. Well, I'm going to let her take care of it. She's got infinite ammo. Well, this was a bust.
Had somebody that did that and also had an Irish accent.
Yeah, but she's too... No!
What did you have such... Okay.
She's a little... I don't know. I'm not into that whole, like, I'm a fighting, drinking Irish gal. I get the appeal of the Irish part of it, because it's a cool accent, and they are a cool people. But, like, I don't know. I'm not just like, oh, hey, I like getting into fights and getting drunk. That's my whole personality encapsulated. I'm like, no, not quite. So, I don't know. Apparently, you like to party, and I...
What? Where did you get that?
Because apparently you like the drinking, fighting Irish gal.
Well...
So she likes to party, so if you like her, what does that say?
It says in the Fallout, I won't be as dedicated to family life.
Well then, so you're literally saying, yeah, I like her, because what, I don't have to like her that much?
Well, I'm just saying, she keeps the bed warm.
Wow, that is dark.
It is dark, but I'm just.
Because surely you'd feel the opposite way if you're in the Fallout. You'd be like, can I have a single shred of human decency?
Anybody? It's your honesty.
Where's me guns?
Sure.
That was so thoroughly committed. You've changed my mind. That was wow. I felt the conviction. So. I got nothing from this. This was a complete waste.
Other than a cool little fish finder for your bolt action.
Fish finder? No, this was already here. This is the gun I already had. I just wasted all my ammo and got Bubkiss. What's in here? Hey, I could get a power armor suit out of it. That's at least something. No, that's a droid. I can't have that. I don't want that, actually. If that thing got out of here, I'd probably die.
No, that's a droid.
Well, we wasted a bunch of our time, it would seem. I don't think I've got up on the roof yet. I gabbled for an hour, and you just let me, apparently. You wanted me to, yeah, you didn't give me a helping hand or nothing.
Well,
apparently in the Fallout, you forsake your friends and break all bonds of fellowship.
no, I don't.
No, it's just you. I'd hang out with other people.
Like the Irish chick that keeps my bed warm. That's terrible.
Oh, now it's terrible, is it?
I never said it wasn't terrible. I'm obviously being...
Obviously, are you? Or is there a kernel of truth within this joke?
What kernel of truth would you think I have? I have 5 children, and I've been married for 10 plus years.
Well, it sounds as though you think the Fallout would make a great excuse.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
If only my family died in nuclear fire.
That's not what I said.
No! I'm losing all my limbs today.
I'm just saying.
There you go. I got 45 rounds, and that's it.
Position where you were alone, and your wife was already gone, and whatever else. I don't know that I would readily rush into.
I admit, I wouldn't readily either. The game kind of forced me into a faster version than I would have done.
I think I would be like.
It would be eventual.
You want to hook up?
And I mean, but that's.
I don't know.
So you're basically just like, yeah, my morals are for the rest of you.
What?
As soon as it hits the fan, man, they're all gone.
I'm not saying that. I'm just.
That's what you're implying. Hi.
Look at she's had zero. She gives zero craps about my opinion.
Well, clearly not. You'd be the kind of character she would hate. Anyways, I understand the whole grief process where it's I wouldn't jump into it.
That's what I'm saying.
But I mean, you wouldn't just be like, hey, that means all of my, social and moral compass goes out the window.
No, maybe not moral compass, but certainly social compass.
Yeah, but see, if anything, though I am admittedly the more antisocial, I feel like in this context, I would be probably more.
It's more.
Well, I mean, I am anti-socialist. If that's
but I'm saying for me, it's less that I'm like.
Oh, here we go. I guess
embracing some sort of extreme anti-socialism.
Well, you seem to be.
No, it's more just I understand especially if all your family died and you're alone, so you're going through that grief, and there is a point in which you have to just kind of embrace the mechanics of social interaction at that point, where it's like. Yeah, the only reason that we're interacting together is because we have to.
Well, see, no, I would disagree because in this kind of context, there would be no social expectation, at which point any social action would be voluntary. At which point, I would probably...
That's a very romantic way of thinking about it.
No, it wouldn't. I don't think it is. Because it means literally like we're all... There's no social norms anymore in a hellscape like this, which basically means... It's the ultimate freedom to basically act however you want, how to act to be yourself.
That's all I was saying.
But then, myself, as much as I talk about it this way, it's not like I'd be like, I can finally live in a cave and be alone forever. It's like, that's not my end goal. I would want a certain amount of community. It would probably be a limited community. But what I would appreciate is the freedom that it would allow, because then all communal interactions you had would be voluntary, because there'd be no expectation. There'd be no external,
Which is what?
Now there's very much the expectation.
What are your moral obligations?
Not moral obligations, social obligations.
What are your social obligations to the culture now?
You have to behave a certain... Well, no, okay, I'm not talking about governmental. I'm saying socially, it's like there are social norms. There's expectations like you have to, be vaguely sociable at work, and you got to say hi to the people that say hi to you, no matter how little you want to talk to them.
But
it's like there's a degree of
all of that is an embraced mechanism of saying, we're doing this purely because we have to.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying in the Fallout universe, you wouldn't have to, so you could just choose not to do it if you didn't want to.
Which is what I would do.
Well, no, I would do that most of the time, but I would not do it universally. Like there would be a handful of actual meaningful social interactions I would want to have, and they would be all I would have at that point. They wouldn't be, the few good ones and the rest were all forced. They would be the only ones I have, and they're all good. So on balance, my social life would improve because it would be full of only the things I wanted to do. I am going to cheat. No, I didn't even get the chance. I was seriously thinking of bringing up the console and just being like, nope, give me my nukes back. Because I think that means I'll have lost a bunch of that progress. Okay, well, I didn't lose that much. This is basically us already being done. So I guess this makes for a fine finish point. I was going to end. That was one of my other settlements. I was going to end that. But I guess we won't. Well, so we've learned
something about you, which is that you, in the Fallout, you will be building model trains. And for me, in the Fallout, I'll be giving everybody zero craps.
You'll be betting the Irish gals, and apparently that's it.
And that's it.
What kind of contraceptives do you believe exist in the Fallout universe? What kind of weird population spike are you aiming for, lad? The Commonwealth is about to see a large increase in the Irish population.
Emphasis on the large. Wow. I'm teasing.
I'm going to let my wife fight off the turret because she's capable like that.
And you're such a progressive?
Yep. In the 50s, I was seen as quite liberal.
Oh, there you go. No, in all seriousness, obviously, I wouldn't drop all...
You don't get to... No. You don't just get to backpedal right at the end.
I'm not backpedaling.
I'm not as awful a person as I proclaim I would be.
I'm almost that awful.
See, that's weird, because my cynicism is not for, I just hate all people. It's more out of disappointment, where it's like...
It's not...
If
I hate all people. It's just purely that, at that point... You can embrace the functionality of interaction without having to embrace the...
See, I'm already doing... Yeah, but see, that's what I'm already doing.
Well, and I don't do that. Well,
I'm already at that stage where it's like almost all social interactions for me are mechanical.
Well, and
so if I could get to this where I could cut those out and all that would be left are the real ones, then all my social interactions would be 100% real. And I'm like, hey, wouldn't that be nicer than
what I'm saying is
40% of them?
My family has died, and anybody that's actually meaningful to me has gone.
Yeah, but
then I go, well, now everything's functional.
Well, yeah, but that could also change. You could find people who you did actually like. Hey, these are people I would want to be friends with again. This is a community I would want to integrate with. Yeah. It doesn't mean you would have to. It's not like, the first community I come across, I'm going to join. You'd be like, no.
They're kind of a...
No, this was
first
not...
Irish guy you're coming across, so you're going to jump her bones?
No, she wasn't the first... I mean, she's the only Irish person in the game, but she wasn't the first follower you come across.
No, I know. I'm teasing. I'm just saying they kind of shoehorned that...
No, because there's, 6 romanceable companions and, however many 100 NPCs. So it's not like you can just go getting in the pants of anybody you want. First person you come across out the vault going, hey... I haven't had action in 200 years.
That's terrible to say.
Well, that's what you're acting like.
I'm not saying that. I don't know why you're framing it in such a weird sort of Freudian context.
Well, you seem to be like, well, hey, once all the social conventions are gone, I'm just going to be a horny degenerate.
That's not what I said.
Is that your statement?
There's no... It's fine. Why does her life have any less value than mine? Is that your statement?
I'm asking you. Because this is what's weird is that my cynicism is born of a sort of... It's more of a, I just find most... If I could filter social interactions so that only those that I felt had some kind of value were left... That would be better. My end goal in life is not 0 social interaction. It would be 100% meaningful social interaction, and all the rest gets shoved.
Of course not.
And this kind of a context would be allowing that, because this is
what I'm saying is I have already spent my life, so pre-Fallout context, I have already spent my life investing in the people that I actually care about. Say that's actually happening.
So you're taking on your pre-war lifestyle. Hey, how'd the turret fight go? You all right?
In a modern context, if this were to occur, I'm just explaining my thought process. If everyone that I cared about and everything in my sphere were to be gone, I've already spent the time to invest in all that.
Yeah, but you're
and
acting.
I'm not going to
I'm
reinvest
not suggesting
more
that
stuff.
it's. I'm not suggesting that it's like, well, I've got to go out and do it all again.
You do though. That's what you're acting.
No, I'm saying it would be a natural thing where it's like, obviously, I would just wander the wasteland for trying to survive for a time. But if I came across
if you came across a young
if you came across
arm in a
she's not okay. That the marminess I still don't quite grasp because unless we're using the word in two different meanings.
No, I think you just
She's-
don't like the
Okay, because
the metric I'm applying.
well, because that's a very busybody-ish Karen
No,
attitude.
It's not.
Yes,
no,
it is.
So okay, so you and I are applying.
What does
what
you
it
think it
means
means?
is out of style, kind of.
What style is
Just
there
the-
in the Fallout
just
universe?
Just the frumpy kind of.
There's nothing
mom.
frumpy about this, and she's not a mom. She's like 25.
Frumpy-ish.
See, now I think the word frumpy is the one we're disagreeing on, because frumpy is sort of white trashy.
No, it's not. You're so funny. Frumpy means like just not in style and just not attractive. Just kind of.
But see, what style is there when literally there's people walking around wearing garbage bags because it's all they have? Like, where do you think she gets these clothes? Like, you're gonna be
Clearly the
like, no offense,
British military surplus.
I know I'm getting my clothes these came from my pre-war closet. I scavenged these for my old house.
Well, okay.
So it's like, I'm not suspecting everyone's gonna dress like me, but like she's wearing a leather trench coat. That's what is. She got that at Hot Topic? Is that what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is, for me, in order for me to, it does feel like restarting to me, and at that
But
point
I'm not.
I go,
But it's
I
not
don't know.
forced. You're acting like someone's gonna be holding it over you, going, "When are you gonna get remarried?" It's like, well, no. It would obviously be when you found someone that you genuinely were like, okay,
Well,
I
but I've
feel
already
like
said
these
this
people.
to
I
my
like
wife,
these people.
Which is that I go, no, I've done that once, and as soon as if she ever died, I'd just be like, yeah, no. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. That sounds terribly cynical, but that's
No, because I think it sounds. I think you're acting as if the only reason it would happen is as if someone would force it on you.
well.
And I'm
in
saying,
the context of the game, it feels that
well,
way.
no, the game doesn't force you to. The game does introduce you to them, but you could also just be like, you could do the one quest, and then never interact with them again. You're not forced to travel with them. That's an option that they give you, but you can also not take it. Like, that's totally within your power. So the idea is like, I'm not stuck with her because she's like, the game makes me. I was like, oh, she seems kind of like a fun person. She's got a fun personality.
If people were to, say somebody like Piper's flirting with me, kind of trying to interact on a bit of a romantic level, I may go, okay, yeah, I see what you're doing, but I'm not going to specifically give you like a ton of feedback because the reality is I don't want to invest in you. I'm sorry. Like, I've got other things on my mind.
Is this just? I think there's a repressed emotions. You haven't dealt with the grief of your lost family. Is what it sounds like.
Well, okay, maybe so, but I think I would just bury that and continue on.
Yeah, and then you die of drug abuse.
No, or you just die of
Or you just
old
die.
age.
Not in the Fallout universe. Not many people dying of old age in the wasteland.
Well, so what's the point anyway? I'm gonna get shot soon.
Well, yeah, but see, that's a strange attitude that, like, oh, that's very fatalistic. It's like, oh, yeah, why bathe? I'm just going to get dirty. It's like, yeah, you're not wrong, but why not smell nice for a week? You'll have to bathe again, but I mean, you could at least smell better than you do now. I don't know. I think it's you. This is revealing a strange. I don't know. Something's up with you.
What does that mean?
Well, because it's odd that I, being the more overtly antisocial person, would be like, well, no, you'd want some form of relationship, not inherently a replacement for a family relationship, but even if it was just like friends, you'd want. Again,
Okay,
it's
yes,
not like a
I would
desperation,
say-
like, yes, I'm searching, and the first person who gives me attention, I'm going to be their best friend. No, I'm saying you would travel and you'd make do, you'd survive as best you can. But if you came across through your travel someone who you're like, okay, you actually seem like a decent person, that happens. Like, there is an element of not all friendships you make are friendships that are forced on you. Sometimes it's genuine, just like, oh yeah, I met him and we sort of hit it off that one time. So, I'd hang out with him again.
Okay,
Sometimes
so
that happens.
on a friendship level, that's great.
Well,
And
what
I
if
probably would have those
But
kinds
see, then
of
what if it was a
relationships.
friendship that you were like, okay, I actually think that this could be. You're acting as though Friendship, well, that's a given, but romance is like, what?
I think that door is closed at that point.
See,
I've said this to my spouse. You just go, no, been down that road, not going to go there again.
I can
Sorry.
understand that on one level if it's like, okay, when the that's a different thing than my family died in the nuclear apocalypse is different than, there was a tragic accident. Because I can understand, like, your life your life has changed, but the structure of your life is the same, just with one component of it gone.
Sure.
So there's an element of, like, okay, especially in the context of if you've got kids, you're going to be like, okay, well, I have the family still. I'm missing this component, but, I still have the core social structures that I have already built are still present. So I'm not going to go out and, replace this one thing, because I've already, in some ways, it's like you've already got it. Even though that individual thing is gone, the structure remains. Whereas if it's like, yeah, my whole family is wiped out in the nuclear apocalypse, it's like, okay, I am essentially a new man in a new world. I would view it essentially as a blank slate start for me.
No.
I'd be like, well, that's almost gone. Like that would reach the level of like almost a past life kind of concept for me. Maybe that's because maybe it's too easy for me to disassociate. But I'd be like, that's not even me anymore. That guy's gone. That guy died in the nuclear apocalypse. Whatever I am now is a new thing that has to adapt to this new world.
I guess, which is why I would just
This is me being Proteus again.
Okay.
It all redounds. I'm just saying, ever since we had that conversation, I'm like, it makes a great deal of sense. You just be like, well, new world. I'm not the same. It's not the same river, not the same man thing. I'm like, well, okay. I might as well start over. Not because of some like external, some things bearing down on me telling I should start over. I'm just saying if a situation arose where it was like, okay, I've met this person and they're fun to hang out with and there's potential there, then I'd be like, well, okay, I'm not going to go no just because. Why? What would be the impulse that says no? Because that's just as much you as anything else.
It is.
Because unless you're
It's
acting
not
like
no,
that's also external, like something prevents me.
Of course it's not external. At that point, I recognize and I would readily admit that it would be about probably undealt with grief, but it would be there's a degree of just kind of going, it's not a no as much as it is like...
You wouldn't seek it out, maybe. Again,
maybe that's more what
you're not going to go hit the wasteland speed dating. I'm just saying, what if it arose naturally? Why you act as though even then I'd be like, nope,
okay,
doors
so
closed.
I suppose if it arose naturally, I wouldn't.
See, these are the kinds of conversations she likes to have. She likes diving into your feelings. That's why you don't like her, is because she's you.
Wow.
It's the Wilson thing where you're like, oh, are you dating me?
What?
It's in house. It's in the house episode. It's when Wilson's dating the one doctor chick who's like super a-hole-ish, and House at one point is just sort of like is surprised by how their personalities don't match until he realizes like, wait a minute, you're dating me. So you just don't like the fact that she would be too much like you. That's why you like Kate, is because Kate's like me.
Well, there you go. Now we figured it out.
Okay, then. I feel like that's only created a whole bunch more questions, but I guess we could call it quits there. All I'm saying is...
Look at that.
She's giving me the...
Steals you in with that
She's
little
giving me
face.
the look. Well, if we could...
Listen, it's nighttime. We need to go.
Let's do it in this bush.
Wow. All right. In all seriousness, though, I'm not.
In all seriousness, let's get out of here.
I'm not.
I don't want to talk about this
I'm not
anymore.
actually a jaded hole.
I just would be.
Makikaka. I mean.
Apparently, there's therapy that needs to be had, because apparently this will be our first ever.
Apologies to be made.
This will be our first ever mid-series follow. I don't even know what this is. We skipped ahead because I thought we were done, and then apparently he's got therapy to share. I did find the armory though, so it's not a useless.
Really, we
expedition.
just have to look at her face and give her a proper apology.
No, I already gave. I mean,
look at that.
Okay, am I not going to use the post clip we did last time?
Of course you are, but I'm saying.
Apparently, you didn't get a good look at her, so she thought she was some frumpy school marm.
I don't know.
Apparently, there's
I
you've only
can't-
got half an hour's worth of therapy, so
Well,
apparently we're making this a two-parter.
I'm simply.
Whoa! Neckbeard, get out of here.
Did you say root beer?
Neckbeard.
Oh, neckbeard. He looked a little more like the.
Does this do what the other Fallout games did, where if you keep hitting them, their limbs will fly off? He's hemorrhaging from somewhere. Does it not do that? That's kind of lame. The other games did it where if you shot them after they were dead, their limbs had a chance
Just
of falling
makes
off.
your sword extra nasty.
Ew, it does. I found the armory. Here's where all the good stuff was hiding. I'm going to steal all of it.
But
So you've got apologies to make to my wife, so thank you for that. I'll let you back in the settlement now.
I think the biggest thing is that
She looks like Sandra Bullock.
no.
I don't think she does, but I mean, the funny thing is she has this weird tendency of looking away from me. I think they all tend to do that.
Don't look at me. Don't look at my shame. Because she wants to side eye you. That's why. Look what? I just said that.
I look better from this side. Are you recording me again?
I think,
Therefore you
much
are.
to my chagrin, I came off as a bit of a hole last time.
What do you mean last time? This is the same thing.
I don't know.
You asked me to put this in.
What do you mean?
We were done
you're doing-
recording.
well, that's a two-parter, meaning
Is
what?
this no, this isn't going to be a... Well, okay, if
have
it's
to
going to
be
be a 2-hour video... But see, that's weird because it's going to be an hour and a half chunk and a 30-minute chunk. That's not the way we normally do two-part videos.
mean?
Normally, if it's a 2-hour of recording, I'll break it up into 2 separate hours. But we did 1.5 hours at once, and now you're adding a 30-minute...
1.5 hours.
Okay, if you really... I'll go back to the settlement and make some progress then.
I don't know.
All right, I got to kill naked mole rat. What? Oh, here he is.
Do it quick. What you must do quickly.
He's covered me in spider webs. I'm out of fruit. Would you like some fruit? I'm giving myself blood transfusions. I'm drinking water. I'm eating crab meat and cereal.
Drinking whiskey.
I just got some ammo. What am I wasting my sword on you for? No, honey, you blocked me in here, honey. You broke my arm. This guy is tough as he can be. Does this barrel smell like cordite? He says yes. Okay.
Well, I
Broke my arm.
I think certainly I want to clarify, if nothing else.
This is just PR for you.
No, it's not. Here's the issue.
Hey, free armor.
You
Is this an XO1?
have integrated a very, I wouldn't say jaded. That's not fair. It's
I want
you-
to
a
see
very.
the face. Let me see the face.
I think you used the word clinical. If that's
It is an XO1. Dude. Okay, so I've got great armor now. I've got a full suite of power armor. And I'm not that far into the game.
What does that mean? A full suite?
There are several different types of power armor that you can get, and I've got several of them, and this is one of the rarer ones, so dope. This did not turn out to be a totally useless scavenging mission. I mean, I'm probably still net negative on most of my ammo, but at least I have something. At least I'm not totally scrapped. I mean, I'm mostly
What's
scrapped.
she doing over there?
She's been taking up Irish dancing.
Frolicking. Okay.
Well, she's kind of getting the skip step, right?
She's been learning from Kate.
Well, I mean, I'm just... Oh, are we gonna get in the suit together? I'm gonna need you to get out of the way before I can get into the suit. I don't think we're gonna fit in this one together on. What PR or salvage campaign do you need to do?
It's not a salvage campaign.
Feels like one.
You tend to be.
What have I done? I glitched out of the armor.
You tend to be somebody who currently lives their life in a way that is far more. Again, I wouldn't say clinical. I don't know what the word you'd prefer to use, but just you're
Awesome.
far more
Oh, it doesn't have a
able
helmet, does it?
to
I've embraced my antisociality, maybe?
maybe, and I don't know. Even in recent years, I've become far more aware that people
Oh, so it's
do
not a full
not-
suit. That's sad.
people do not.
Think?
People. There are a few people that are going to give me or return to me the kind of attention and care that I give others.
Oh, so that's what it is. You don't think it's a fair balance. Abada! What? I
Okay.
was wearing armor, too!
They just.
So something just appeared and said, oh, I'm going to load out here, too. Well, this isn't fair. Give me my health. Inject myself with a whole bunch of stuff. That's the only medicine I have left is injectables. Who is you? We already destroyed mankind 15 times. Why you need more money?
Oh my word.
That's
That's our demonetization.
no, that's what's his head. Literally,
Is it a Big Daddy? What the heck?
I mean, almost. It's one of the harder robots to kill. Okay, so the game, I'm in power armor and I'm out of ammo, and that thing still just hands me my butts.
You have multiples?
Oh wait, he's the this is the droid that was in that shed. This is the worst time for it to have autosaved too, because I remember that I said, "Oh hey, is that power armor?" And I went, "No, it's a droid, and this is that droid." Everybody look away. Well,
Well, picket fences.
just hang on. Just give me. I have to do this just to survive. I drank whiskey. Okay, hang on.
That is something you got to do to survive.
Hang on. Nobody look. This isn't happening. Nope, didn't happen. Why, whatever could have caused that, I have no clue.
What on earth did you just do? You
Okay,
weird
the
cheater
game
pants?
literally, I came out of that thing with no ammo at
So
all.
you just use a cheat code?
As I said, the game isn't always very well balanced. I'm just balancing it.
Oh, so now my rules are applicable.
Okay, what would you have had me do? Because literally, the game
Live by the
auto-saved me
rules.
at literally 5 milliseconds from death. And I don't even have ammo. So the best I could have done is load a previous save. Except I couldn't have, because even then, the interior of the room didn't have any ammo in it. So I admit, I am not above enhanced
How are you gonna spin
tactics.
this? Aggressive negotiation.
Yes, I'm not opposed to those. There we go.
What
I
I'm
mean,
getting,
that's
what
a-
I'm getting at
That's a
is that
rude spawn. I literally just walk out.
In
My
a-
health is low. I have no ammo. Here's the hardest robot in the game. Come on.
in a balance context, I tend to be still one who embraces relational.
Oh, I thought we were talking about game balance. I was okay.
I tend to still be one who embraces relational responsibility, maybe, or even just
It's dark outside.
obligation, I think is a better word, than you do in a current context. You tend to be like, if you don't show me that you deserve my relational obligation or my support or whatever else, I'm not really going to give it to you. And all I'm saying is,
You're basically saying in the apocalypse you would become me?
and you said, it sounds like you would be far more relational, which is odd to me.
No, but it's not more relational. It would be essentially the relations would be scaled down to my level.
No.
Where the only relationships I would be obligated to engage in are the ones I wanted to. Whereas now, in the modern world, because of certain social obligations, I have to engage with relationships I wouldn't otherwise.
But you don't.
Have to? No, that's true. But
No, I'm
The
saying
structure-
you don't engage them, though.
I do, to a degree, more than I...
Is he roasting ghouls? That's
Oh,
gross.
they are. That one looks like a rabbit. That one may be a human torso, but I'm not
That's
certain.
for sure a human torso.
That would be remarkably... No, unless he's eating babies, in which case we gotta talk, pal. This is my settlement. I ain't having none of this Jonathan Swiftness up in here. Claudie. Why couldn't you just call him Claude? Claudie doesn't sound like a name. Vernal. Okay. I'm pretty sure you are the only two guys at this settlement right now. Yep, Claudia and Vernal. It's Brokeback Mountain up in here. There they go.
Wow, you're just bound and determined today to demonetize.
I didn't say that in a negative way. How dare you assume bad things?
Doc Weathers, that's what his name is?
Yeah, he travels around selling medicine. He probably doesn't have any ammo for me. Sometimes he has a little bit. I like how they added that into the game where if you skip a dialogue option, you will actually interrupt the person. And you'll be like, yeah, and I just think that that's a humorous little detail. So I could be a total tool.
All I'm saying is, in balance.
In balance.
Well, I'll say
out of many one.
No, I'll say it this way: in crisis situations, and this is true even in modern, right now, in a current context. Even without the apocalypse being factored in emergency context, I become far more no nonsense. The relationships are secondary.
Yeah, but see, the apocalypse wouldn't be a 24/7 panic.
No, I'm not. That's
like
not a panic
I'm
reaction.
definitely. Well, it's a little not panic, but it's not a 24/7 crisis. It'd be like, okay, there would be down times. There'd be times when you would sit by a fire and just eat something or sleep. Like, yes, life is suddenly a great deal harder, but it's not a constant fight because that's just not possible.
Well,
there is a fictional light here because there used to be a house that I totally scrapped, so that light is not actually there.
It's a bit of the give them a moment for pity's sake.
Well, yeah,
and
but that's
you can't.
But that's an immediate. Yes.
No, you can't.
But that was an immediate response where it's like we are still in the middle of. It's like obviously I'm not saying you'd seek intimacy in the midst of the actual nuking, but this is. There is no 24/7 fight for survival. Even in warfare, there's downtimes and there's gunfights and there's recuperation. Like that's. It's just unsustainable to fight 24/7. You can't even manage it. I haven't done anything in this workshop. These guys are struggling to get by. I don't even have beds here. I would prefer to sleep. I guess I'm going to build us...
He's looking at you like, yeah, you're going to say something now about what we're cooking? Don't even have any freaking beds out here.
Just going to lay down a sleeping bag that we're going to use outdoors, because isn't that going to be fun? Nope. Alrighty. And somehow, we're going to share this sleeping bag. Don't laugh. It's going to happen. Just wait.
What?
Just watch. Somehow we shared that. Either that or she slept and I just stood there the whole night. I stood with my eyes open all night. Anyways, yeah, this is the settlement I have done.
I don't know. I suppose what I'm saying is a lot of my pleasantries and
you're saying they're not mechanical?
No, what I'm saying to you is they would fall off.
Yeah, but see, that's... Well, okay, but... Pleasantries isn't what I'm talking about. I'm talking about genuine connection. Like, okay, my standards for social changes would not be different. But it would allow... But they would be... I would not be forced to deal with anything other than...
So it's
like,
congruence.
Because
I don't
want to get into small talk in the break room at my work, but I kind of have to because I work there, and if I'm an a-hole to everybody, that's probably going to come back to bite me.
Right.
Whereas in this kind of post-apocalypse, I could go to a trading station, not say a single word to anyone, buy some stuff, and leave, and there would be zero repercussions because that's like it's life. No one's going to make a fuss.
Correct.
So I'm not saying my standards would change. I'm simply saying the overall perceived quality of life would be better because I would not be forced to deal below what I deem the standard.
Which is, again, it's incongruent.
But that doesn't mean that
overall social.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that I'd be like, now I'm amplifying my social needs. It's like, no, my social needs would remain the same. I would just be able to fill them with what I wanted rather than what I kind of had to.
And what I'm saying is,
Is that the... Hang on a sec. Hey, okay, so I love the new setup allows awesome degree of pausing flexibility.
Anyway, I think
essentially,
because I am
my level of jaded would become the standard in the Fallout
correct,
universe.
and what
at
I'm
which
saying,
point I would no longer be the weirdo.
and what's interesting to me is I am a more relational.
How did I get so heavily radiated?
I am relational isn't the right word because I think both of us are relational, but just in different ways. I am a more social, maybe is a better way of saying it. In a current context, I am a more social person, I think. But what's interesting is I think because of
be the
actually
maid, clean up
losing,
after these two cowboys.
because of actually losing
See, that's
everything, I
so
would actually
you would
become a more extreme version.
So
of
you haven't.
you.
Well, that's what's funny is so essentially. I mean, not this. Okay, this is going to sound a little bit extreme, but essentially, you just haven't. You haven't gone through your jaded arc yet. Your jaded arc would begin with the death of your family. Okay, that makes like suppose a certain amount of sense. Where it's like I've already gone through the jaded arc, so to me, I'd be like, now the whole world's as jaded as me.
And I'm saying,
you'd be like,
in a world that's as jaded as you, I would be even more jaded. I would be the guy, like, literally anybody tries to give me any pleasantries, I'd be like, nope, screw you.
See, I don't know that I would be like that.
I would not care.
I wouldn't care, but that doesn't mean you'd be like,
to me would be purely mechanical at that point. Like, literally, and that sounds terribly.
Because, I mean...
That sounds terrible, but I'm like,
get
even friends would become a useful and necessary function. It would not
I don't
be...
agree because I suppose in the I would. If you're saying in the sense of like you're going to need some kind of a community to survive, sure, but I wouldn't call that the same as friends. I would just be like, there's people that I have to. I guess there's a point there if you wanted to say, you're not going to be able to lone wolf it. Really, that's kind of a myth. If you tried to lone wolf it in the apocalypse, you'd probably just die.
Right.
That's probably true. There's just a part of me that's like, if we're not going to be friends, we don't have to be friends, which means we don't ever have to interact. Whereas there are situations in life now which are like, I kind of have to put up a face that we are okay with each other, even though I don't care about you.
Right.
Whereas in this kind of thing, I'd be like, no, if I don't care, I don't have to care.
I suppose what I'm saying is not that I wouldn't have friends or that I wouldn't make genuine connection, but that there would be no putting on of airs or standing on any sort of pretense.
Well, yeah, but I'm already at that spot.
See, and I'm not. I would say I don't.
Well, no, I guess there is pretense, but I don't like it. That's my thing.
And I'm saying...
I put up with it just because it's the way it is, but I mean, if I was in a world where it wasn't, I wouldn't miss it.
Right. And what I'm saying
that doesn't mean you wouldn't want some genuine connections.
It's okay, for sure. Genuine connection is one thing, but like if, for instance, if I disagreed with somebody or somebody had some sort of dramatic issue with me, I'd be like, yeah, I don't care. Sorry. And that, again, how much genuine connection.
The Star Wars just, he doesn't like you. I don't like you either.
What? Which one is that?
The fourth one or the first one, depending on how you look at it. I'm not going to explain it to you. You're just lost.
No, that's fine. I failed to see how that's. All I'm saying is I'm not saying
this is such a
I wouldn't intend to make genuine relational connection, but how much genuine relational connection can you make when you literally basically...
Yeah, but see, I would disagree because I feel like in this kind of context, everyone would be as...
No nonsense?
Yeah,
you'd hope so, but I guarantee you there would be dramatic people you'd have to be like, dude, I don't care. In fact, I don't like you at all.
Well, yeah, but I would be free to tell them that.
Yes.
Whereas
that's all I'm saying.
I think in this kind of... I guess what I'm saying is that in this kind of context, more people would be forced to be like me. So I'd feel a little bit more like, hey, now that we're all on the same page. So I guess there would be an element, maybe I'm being romantic, where it's like, I would hope that the level of threat we're all under would force us to reevaluate our priorities. Thus, we can all act on the same set of assumptions. That's not to say everyone would do it. I recognize that.
What's interesting is you're saying my jaded arc hasn't been completed, but I think I am maybe, in fact, more cynical than you at this point.
More cynical, but jaded and cynical, are they different?
They are different, but I'm just saying, the reason I would say that wouldn't work is because I go, they're going to be idiotic people that don't let it change anything.
But those kinds of people in this kind of universe, I mean, not that you not that you'd be moral for just killing them, but things would happen to them. It's like you're not going to survive, and I'm not going to try to help you. So there's an element of like that would get weeded out. And at the very least, even if it doesn't get weeded out, I could just be like, I don't trust you, and I'm not going to work with you. That's something you can't really...
That may be years before you find anybody.
I never suggested it would be like, yes, obviously this game, I met her day one. So yes, the game is rushed in that context. But I'm saying you were acting as though it's like, nope, it wouldn't happen, therefore I'm not going to do it. I'm just like, well, it might happen eventually. But yes, it wouldn't happen immediately, certainly. This is a very strange parcel of land. I'm kind of having a hard time thinking of what I would do with this. It's weirdly just kind of long and narrow, and there's weird hills.
Make the entire thing a field and just plant various things on it.
I could do that, but even then, like this is weirdly rocky ground.
So till it.
Well, I can't. These are things I can't scrap because this is just the actual ground. So like this stuff's, I'm stuck with this. There's no terraforming mechanics. I mean, I guess these make for decent like guard posts because they're slightly elevated, but I don't know. This place is a bit inhospitable. Well, if you gotten your therapy out of the way, you got about 10 minutes. So.
Well, anyway, I think all I'm saying is that
you had this reaction was this your own prompting or what? Because I don't feel like I feel like you brought this up on your own.
What?
This whole like need to defend yourself and retract your statement.
Oh no, I'm not needing to retract my statement. I think I needed to clarify because it came off initially as like I just to heck with every moral that I've ever had, and
well, a little bit, yeah.
But all I'm saying is I would be far right now in a current context, even as cynical as I have become, I still spend a great amount of effort to make sure that I am a pleasant person that is gracious to those that are complete morons. Because the bottom line is there are certain people you interact with.
But do you do that to make your life easier or because you feel that it's a proper thing to do?
It's a proper thing to do.
See, I am a little bit more like if I said to you what I feel, it would make it harder for both of us. I'm very much the kind of person who's like, if I could tell you you're being an idiot and you're making me do your job, I would gladly do that. But that would then make my job harder down the line. So there's an element of social lubricant which I know I have to apply because it makes my life harder.
And for me, I apply it by some false sense of obligation.
Obviously, there's an element of that I recognize. It's not just because, like...
And all I'm saying is...
I would be an a-hole to everybody if I could. It's like, no, I recognize a certain degree of moral propriety. But
all I'm saying is that's the kind of thing that would go away.
Yeah.
It's like social propriety. It's like, no,
see,
no
that's
one
not what I'm talking about. That's not friendship, isn't social propriety.
It's what friendships are, at least it's the language sometimes in which friendship is communicated.
I don't agree. Friendship cuts through social propriety, in my opinion. Else it's not a real friendship. Otherwise, it's an acquaintanceship. I don't know what to do.
You don't think it starts that way, though? So, okay, so
not really.
Okay, so
this is probably why. This is probably why I make friends very slowly. It's because it's like we either hit it off day one or not. Where it's like, okay, it's like my first interaction with you was like, oh, okay, we have a certain degree of banter and communication. I'm like, all right, you seem to be someone who values what I value and thinks how I think. Therefore, we can talk about stuff that's not banal.
Yeah.
Whereas for people who can't do that, I'm like, well, I'm not gonna mine for meaning from you. If it's there, it's there. If it's not for me. I suppose that's where I am of the sense, it's like, I don't know that I could name someone who, it's actually kind of funny, because I don't think I could think of a single friendship that was a meaningful friendship that was like a long-term, we started as acquaintances. It's like most of my friendships have been sort of oddly quick of like, hey, we're oddly similar. That's kind of fun. And then we just hang out. This would make a sensible wall position because it's sort of a valley-ish, but walls in this game aren't as useful.
That's interesting. I don't know. I guess all I'm saying is I would be far less concerned with speaking my mind, and I think
I would too.
This
but that's
part
not because
is
of
going
a
to
moral
be.
sense.
This
It's mostly
part
just,
is going.
I
to
could
be,
finally get away with it.
This part is going to be a very
Well, it's your therapy.
dismal or bleak outlook on my own.
I'm gonna see what happens.
My
if
own subconscious, but I'm going to
fast
say it
travel to this
anyway.
place.
The way in which I believe that the amount of things I keep to myself would surprise people.
Oh well, yes, but
no,
that's not
I'm
the
saying
same.
most people. Oh, I'm saying for me specifically. I'm not saying like you. I think most people go, well, he most of the time speaks his mind. For me,
No. Well, tell me, is that what people think of me? Because I feel like I feel like this is why I think that the same is applied to me, but more so is because people already probably have a sense that I'm keeping quiet about a lot. So they might think, oh, well, yeah, he probably keeps a lot to himself. I'm like, you don't know the half.
well, but what I'm saying is most people think I'm some. Oh yeah, he's so kind and jovial and gracious or whatever else.
This is the
and it's
fast
like,
travel point.
Well, yeah, I am until I'm not, and then it's like
That's not the same as keeping things to yourself.
no. But what I'm getting at is, there are people that are just genuinely gruff and somewhat curt in their responses and things of that nature. I would say gruff maybe is too harsh, but I would say you're one that I would argue is more blunt at times than I am. But when I become blunt,
At least on a work level, I don't tend to be but again, mostly for the sake of like, I know it would probably cause problems.
when I tend to become blunt though, or actually say what I mean, I think it's far more hurtful.
Well, but I think but it might surprise people more, but that's not the same.
Well, that's all I'm getting at, I suppose, is like, even in my life, in a current context, where I have kind of had to put my foot down or draw a line somewhere, people always like, oh, what's going on? I don't understand. It's like, yeah, I'm not a pushover.
I know you don't understand. I'm about to make you understand.
It's a little bit like, guess what? You're about to learn something today. And so I'm not at all trying to or intending to come off as like some sort of,
These don't snap together,
I
do
don't
they?
know. I simply believe that it's the nice people that actually are the most harsh, probably internally.
Yeah, well, that's not an unheard of notion.
It's like, if you only knew what I didn't say to you. I don't know.
Here we go.
But
Big wall.
all I'm saying is all of that pretense would be gone within the apocalypse.
Oh,
context,
30
so
steel. There we go. That's better.
I would just
I'm
say,
building
you know
massive frick-off
Forget it.
walls.
I would just basically say, forget it. Anybody
See, I
that
basically-
disagrees, I'm not talking about whether you disagree or not.
Oh,
'cause
don't-
I don't
okay, I was
give
about to say, don't tell me they don't
rat's
snap.
rear end.
Massive walls I build. Like, these are massive walls. Well, I guess what I'm saying is that in the Fallout universe, more people would be like me. Oh, I got my alignment slightly askew. They're tilting outside the wall. That's the one difficulty of this, is that they don't always... Yeah, okay, I gotta take them all down and start over. Nope, not that. I don't know. I guess that I would maybe, and again, I could be being foolishly optimistic in the thought that when this level of peril strikes a civilization, my hope would be that it would force a reevaluation, which it may not.
It probably won't.
Maybe my hope would be, hey, once an apocalypse hits, we'll all know what matters, and then finally we can cut all the nonsense, and maybe
The BS. And people go, no, we love the BS. And
I
then
can't
people
live
like
without the BS.
And then people like you and me go, okay, then screw you.
Yeah, but then that's the consolation prize, is the freedom to be like, all right, well, you're not welcome in this settlement. Our settlement is for philosopher kings only.
There you go. Sorry.
No, hang on.
Just mainly a clarification to say
It was conscience. You felt bad.
it was really just because I've
Ah, that didn't go.
I was guilt stricken because of Piper.
Well, okay, now you're hardcore reversing on that though. So is there a Freudian aspect in that as well?
In what?
Like that wasn't just no, you're right. She's better looking than I thought. That was a full on like what you acted as though it was like.
Well, I didn't see her face before.
But see, I showed you, so I don't
Not
believe you.
really.
I did.
I only saw her little weird outfit thing that's nonsense.
Why is that nonsense to you? Why is this wall shorter than the others? What? Alright, come on. There's a corner wall somewhere. I know it. Are all the corner walls short? Because that's kind of stupid. I just got through saying a minute ago that walls in this game are useless, and that is somewhat true. But in this kind of context where it's like an open field, it is just as much an aesthetic as a rational choice. There we go. This is the one I want. Come on now.
There you go.
Oh, are you serious? What's the point of the angles if they just snap together straight? I thought that was meant to make it a corner. Like I thought that they would fit together like this, and this would be the end corner. That's very stupid. What's the point then? Oh, that's dumb. Alright, well, I got another settlement to fiddle with, and I made more progress on the wall than the past 3 presidents combined. So, you feel better about yourself. Do
you have clarity and understanding why I would have chosen the Irish chick?
Well, you're reversing again, or are you still... No, are you validating my... Because it first started where I'm
validating your choice.
You're validating my... Well, you did it so forcefully as if to be like, oh, now even I am swayed.
No. I'm still would pick Irish Kate, whatever her name is.
Is that just because of the Irishness? She does have a tendency to look away. I think they all do.
It is 100%. No, it's also because her personality is a little more brash, which I think I would need in that.
So it is just so you're balancing yourself.
Yes.
I guess that's what most relationships do. So that makes a certain degree of sense, I guess.
There you go.
Well.
So I'm looking for your house in somebody.
Wow. Well, okay then. I'll leave that where it is.